And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Day. My name is Ron Foster, touching base with you as I do every day. As you can see, my plants are leaving me. My plants are leaving me. Oh, my children are leaving me. So, how you guys doing on this wonderful Monday morning? It's Motivation Monday. We'll be doing some Motivation Monday stuff. Let me just get that on the screen so you'll know what we're going to be talking about today. And hold on a second. Let me get that on here. And I should put the people from Instagram on, but you know what? They never really come on anyway these days. So they pop in, they pop out. But here we go. Let me share with you guys what we're doing today because I had a little mic problem today and I was like, what is going on? And anyway, so today is Motivation Monday, and we will be talking about how to prevent stagnation and perfectionism as a photographer. So we're going to be talking about that. That is also posted on our Patreon community. So if you are in our Patreon community, you have already received this and you get the full notes on it. And if you would like to join our Patreon community, you can get all this and all the other stuff that we do. Like all the Tip Tuesdays are here, all the different events and stuff that are happening. Also, uh, all of our Motivation Mondays. You can call it the archives of everything we do here. So you can check that out. But yes, we'll be talking about how to prevent stagnation and perfectionism as a photographer. And this is going to go also for creatives as well. So, we had a great night last night in our game night. Ooh, you guys rocked. We had, for those that don't know, we play every Sunday night, Wednesday night, and Friday night. We do a game night, and we get together as a bunch of us from the community, and we play the New York Times word games. So it's Wordle, Connections, and Spelling Bee, and we have a great time doing it. And everyone participates. Everyone becomes part. Everyone's a champion. But then we narrow it down to who gave the most in the game or the game night, or I should say the game. And then we do an MVP, especially when it comes to Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee is the one that lasts a while, and it's a lot of challenges. But the community keeps pumping out those words that are part of the solution of the puzzle. And we had a great time last night, and we were done by 1 o'clock in the morning. I know you said 1 o'clock in the morning. What are you guys doing up that late? But believe it or not, a lot of people are up way past 1 o'clock. That's the reason why I started doing it, because I always do my Wordle at 12 midnight. And I noticed that there were people online, and I was like, wait a minute, there's people online right now. Let me let me just do a game night, and we can all do it together, because a lot of people do Wordle, a lot of people do Spelling Bee, and also people do. So people do the New York Times games, and why not do it together? And then everybody wins. We all get better at it, and so we have a good time together. We really do have a good time together. So there you have it. Let's get ready for some good mornings. Yes, it's that good morning time. Let me pop in here. I do want to bring the touch base. Let me bring the Instagrammers in for a moment. Let me take a moment to do that. Usually I have this all set up, but I got distracted. I've been really getting this house pared down. And I had well, we'll talk about the weekend and after the greetings. Okay. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. As they say, getting ahead of the skis. And man, I had a beautiful weekend. I had a really nice weekend, full of work, but a beautiful weekend nonetheless. He says, remove. There we go. Save. There we go. There we go. And now I do believe Instagram is now in the picture here. So let's see. It says connect streaming software to go live. There we go. A little slow on the Instagram world. Okay, let's say hello. Let's get the hellos in. First person in the building is Miss Hannah with the gold medal today. She says, good morning, Ron. Touch Base Daily family. I will be in out today, outside working in the yard, garden, etc. Happy Monday to everyone. In second place with the silver is Anthony Rowland. Anthony Rowland is in the building. And so good to see you, Mr. Antonio Rowland. You're in the building. And Mimi Hinton is here. What's going on, Mimi? It's so good to see you, Mimi. She says, good morning, Ron and RLP crew. And Aya is in the building. She says, Grand Rising, Ron and everyone. Grand Rising. Happy planting, Hannah. And Jazzy is in the building. Jazzy is in the building. She says, good morning, beautiful people. So good to see Jazzy. Yeah, so, hey, look who's else in the building. Miss G is in the building. GR Houston is in the building. She says, good morning. So again, I'm going to try to make these abbreviated. Let me just say also, there will be no touch base daily from Wednesday to Monday. We'll be back Tuesday after Memorial Day. Okay, so I'm going to use this opportunity. It's a holiday weekend. To Wednesday, I bought tickets 2 weeks ago to see Sinners, and I'm going to finally see it. Sinners. And speaking of Sinners, congratulations to Sinners because they crossed the $300 million mark. $300 million mark. And so they are making a record-breaking movie year for his brand, for the brand of Sinners. And so they're doing good. But so we will be off on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And also Chris is packing up. So Chris will be packing up on Thursday and Friday for his big move. And I will be getting the house ready for painting. I have Goodwill coming in on Friday. So Friday, Goodwill will be here. And they will be taking my items. They'll be all packed. All 5 bags. Because you get a 5-bag limit. Well, not 5-bag limit. It's for every 5 bags, you pay $50. Something like that. Yeah, $50. And so the house is getting packed up, y'all. The house is getting packed up. And this is really happening. And I'm so excited. Hey, Cass is in the building. She says, Bless and Motivation Monday. G says, yes, we're seeing Sinners in IMAX on Wednesday night as well. Woo! Yes, IMAX. I'm seeing it in IMAX on Wednesday morning. I got the 10 a.m. show. 10 a.m. And I cannot wait to see it. I'm so excited. So I will be touch basing with Sinners. At least the movie Sinners. And I see here, Cass says, I was there in beginning and fell asleep on you all last night. You were one of the lurkers. You were one of the ones that appeared to be lurking. Yes, we were talking about you. Kimmy said, somebody's out there. Somebody's watching you. We knew that someone was watching us, right, Kimmy Kim? We knew someone was watching. It was Cass. She was out there sleeping with the computer on. That's what we knew. Someone was lurking out there. Bryson's in the building. He says, what's up, Ron? What's up, Touch Base Daily family? What's up, RLP fam? Happy Mission Monday. Happy Money Making Monday. Yes, Bryson. Thank you so much. Yes, there's those eyes. There's those eyes, Kimmy. Thank you. That's what we were doing last night. That was for Kaz. Kaz was, somebody's watching you. Yes, Kaz was watching us. She says they will give you receipts for donations, save for tax too. Exactly. So I will have my bags. I am emptying out my closets when I get back from the movies. I'll go start emptying out the closets. The curtains go down on Wednesday, so I'm taking all the curtains down. All the curtain rods go down. I gave away my plants. So Chris, my brother, your brother here in this community, Chris came up and he took away the two. Remember the two big plants that were back here, that were in back of me. Remember the two big plants? Well, Chris took them home. He came up, put them in his little truck, and took them to Delaware. And I am so happy. They were so big and so full. And I nurtured those babies for years. And I'm so happy that Chris is going to enjoy them now. And I am enjoying that because at first I was going to just take my plants out into the street and sell them. And I was like, wait a minute, I put too much work into these plants to just be giving them to strangers. So what I've been doing is going around to all of my friends that I know they love plants, and scheduling time for them to come. One is they can get to come to the house, and then they are taking the plants with them. And then yesterday I had a great time because I was cleaning out my trunk right here that has like, I have about 2,000 photos in two trunks, which I need to scan and get them onto the computer into the cloud. And my brothers and I, we went through the photos of when I was 15 years old. And I didn't even know, all these years, I didn't realize I had pictures of myself. I mean, there were people that took my camera and say, hey, I got to take a picture of you. And I said, for many times, I've never posted for Throwback Thursdays because I didn't think I had pictures of myself. And now I realize I have a whole lot of pictures of myself when I was taking pictures of my classmates in high school. When I was taking pictures, I still have my high school classmate pictures that I took with my Vivitar camera, and that I used to borrow from my mother. My mother had a little black one with the little silver top, and I would borrow it from her, and take it to school and take pictures. And then I did not realize how much how's the best phrasing of this? How involved I was with photography as a kid. And so my brothers were like, you were destined to be a photographer and interior designer. You've been doing this since you were 14 years old. And it was like looking at all these pictures and stuff. It was really, I mean, the trunk, I finally opened the trunk, and then I found, look at this. My brother was like, he's like, oh my gosh, that's worth some money. Remember the comic book when Superman died? I found obviously it's not in what they call mint condition because I took the plastic off, so the pages have yellowed a little bit. But this is when Superman died. Look at this. It was in my trunk. And then I found in my trunk with my photography this old book. It's called Marvel Universe X. Marvel Universe X. And volume 1. So I used to collect certain things that were, one of a kind. And man, I was so excited to see those comic books. I mean, so many things. When you are moving and paring down your house, there's so much to discover. Again, like I tell folks, I lived here almost 30 years. And so much has been lived in this apartment. And then so after that, my brothers were here. Then we went to lunch. After Chris came by, Chris got to meet them. And then after that, Chris left. And then my brothers and I, we went to eat. And then after we ate, then they left. Then I came back home, and guess who came by? Sonny boy, my Adrian and his wife came by the house, and a family friend, Maurice, and his wife came over to collect what they needed. So they took the big giant vases I had for planters, and they're gonna use those. And now I got a home for my weights because my buddy, his son's gonna use them. So the weights are leaving and the bench are leaving this week, and it's just paring down every day. Less stuff will be in this house. And I'll be on time, and I gotta just get this get the information, get the contractors to come in next week when I'm on. I may be in Charlotte or I'll be in Jersey. But it's going to be an amazing time. It's going to be an amazing time. This paring down. But Lisa says, oh, let me get here. Let me get in here. Let me catch up to you guys. Bryson says, we're 10 days away from Mission Impossible. The Final Reckoning is out on Friday. I can't wait to see Mission Impossible. And I got to see that one on IMAX as well. That's an IMAX movie. Bryson said, how's it going, Gwendolyn? Good morning. Lisa says, good morning, everyone. And all but me. She says, all but me. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, she's not going to see Mission Impossible. I don't know what that means. Those big plants are worth a lot. Yeah, and that was my dilemma. I was like, oh, I could make some money. I can put my plants out on the street and get them for about, maybe get $100 for each one of them. But then I said, you know what? Some things are worth more than money. Your friends. And so I'm just giving my plants to my friends. And I still got like 20 more plants to get rid of. But I am it's doing well, maybe 30 plants I still need to get rid of. Yeah, there's about 30 plants around here. So they are leaving the house slowly. And so Lisa, you in Queens. I think you're in Queens, right? Or in Brooklyn. Somewhere, one of these places you're at. I think you're in Queens. But you're more than welcome to drive on by and pick up some plants. Anybody that's in Brooklyn, Queens, in the metropolitan area, that's in this community, that's a regular. That can be trusted with these plants. Those plants are worth it. Yes, got that. And she says, I'm well, getting ready to have brunch with a friend. And good morning. How's your morning going, Lisa? Hitting the punch list on Monday. Things to do, nothing exciting, says Lisa. Yeah, this is how we roll. Kimmy says, wow. And that's worth something nice. Yeah, Mimi says that's worth some of those comic books. And Lee Cass says, oh my God, wow, never knew what you store away can have value later. Yes. Elise is in the building. Hey, Elise. She says, good morning, everyone. And if you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes. So people know that we're here and that we're on. And Kimmy says, doing good, Ron, getting it done. I feel so, you know what? It feels so good to get things done. Lisa says, no, all about me, invited to come and get a plant. Oh, okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I send the invitation out. But good. So that's where we are. Also, in the news, I'm not going to go too much in the news. I'm trying not to. I say you guys can get news anywhere else. We can just go brush over and then you can go into depths on it. So obviously you heard that Biden has been diagnosed with a aggressive form of prostate cancer. And then you have all of the news media, and especially MAGA, talking junk and acting like there's a conspiracy, that he knew he had it, that they hid it, and yada. And then you had Don Jr., his stupidity, putting his remarks into the world that he should just shut his trap. And it's just horrible how people, and what it is a distraction. Again, I respect Tapper as a journalist, but my thing is, why now? Why now? Why are you worried about Biden? Biden is now moved on. He is no longer the president. What everyone needs to be focusing on is Trump. Everyone needs to be focusing on his shell game. He's he's trying his best to get rid of Medicaid. That's what the news should be talking about. You would think the news would be talking about millions of people going to lose their health care. Millions, an estimated 33 million people I read somewhere. Millions not just elderly. Children are on Medicaid. Recovering vets are on Medicaid from war, from there are people from all ages on Medicaid. Senior citizens are on Medicaid. People that have sicknesses, chronic sicknesses are on Medicaid. Children that have deceased parents are on Medicaid, a form of Medicaid, that program. So many people are going to be hurt, and they're worried about Biden. They're worried about Biden. This is when you know the mainstream media is in on the junk. I looked at, I obviously look at my Sunday programs, and I'm almost now at the point where I don't even need to look at the Sunday programs because it's all lies. It's all lies. Or if we talk about Trump, we got to talk about Biden. No, it's so ridiculous. Biden is no longer president. We are dealing with a maniac that is trying to take away health care for the country. And y'all worried about Biden or the conspiracy. Do you really do believe, like Dawn Lemon, they had a doctor on, and she was saying, if he had cancer earlier, do you think that he would not have gotten treatment for it when his son died of cancer? Don't you think he would have gotten treatment as soon as they knew this situation? If this was the case, that if this was happening during Kamala? No. Let's not be like the MAGA brains. They're full of idiots. They're all stupid. The dumb MAGA folks, the maggots, I call them. They're just horrible. This is just to distract, as usual. Distract. G says she has a Zoom meeting. I see all the hellos. Elisa saying hello, but that doesn't make sense. Does it matter? It's his personal health. Exactly, Kim. Does it matter? It's his personal health. Elisa says exactly. Maybe it's a group meeting. Okay, she made it to her meeting. Lisa says, I did, but now I'm looking at him sideways. Where is effing book exposing dump? That's what we need, right? We can wait on the Biden book. We don't need it. Oh, Jay-Z says, exactly. I don't care about what happened in 2024. It happened and can't be changed now. We have to talk about the now. Right, Kimmy? Kimmy says, yes, the conversation about Medicaid needs to be discussed daily, all day. Millions of people are going to lose their health care if these fools, evil people, evil to take health care from children, evil to take health care from seniors. What are all these seniors going to do? How are they going to get help? All those people that are on Medicaid, depending on Medicaid, and now they're in nursing homes. What happens to those nursing homes? How evil can these people be? They're evil. Evil. And I know we don't use that word lightly. I don't use it lightly. When I say the word evil, that means I really mean it. They are evil. Anthony says they're talking poorly about Biden as if the current administration is full of Rhodes scholars. Elise says we definitely need to stop allowing them to distract from what is actually going on in this country. Jazzy says it's been so frustrating to watch what's happening in the media. I have to cut it off. I now have to say I can't even look at my Sunday programs because they're covered with lies and distractions. The people that they have on. Lisa says, and I watch your stories. Why don't these YT South Africans go to that all white town or Orania? Yes, they be among their own. There's two of those towns. There's another one. I forgot the other name of it, but there's two of those towns in South Africa. White only. White only. But we have similar places in America. America has quote unquote white only or sundown towns where black people can't hang out. If the sun goes down, if you're in that town, they might take you out. Yeah, we still got towns in America that are called the sundown towns. We need to wake up. Everybody needs to wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Stand up for your rights. Man. Bryson says it's been on the internet going crazy, and he's going after Bruce Springsteen because Bruce told the truth, and now he's talking about opening. He wants to open up a federal investigation on Bruce Springsteen, Bono, and what's her name, Kamala. Kamala Harris. Did I just say it right? Kamala Harris. Oh, it's ridiculous. My brain was moving too fast. Lee says we need to be talking about healthcare and what they did to the weather service. That's right. They continue to take away money from FEMA, reconstructing FEMA, and we are heading into hurricane season, but these red states are going to need it. And they're so stupid. The red states of America. They're so stupid. I know. I don't usually use the word stupid too often. I slipped yesterday and called someone stupid. It's not stupid. I said shut up. That's right. I don't use shut up. There's certain words I don't use. Stupid all the time or shut up. I really don't like using shut up. I used that word by mistake. Elise says we need to be talking about healthcare. Right, we got that one. Agree, says Kaz. You guys, I love you guys. You guys. This is our community. I love just going with the flow. Daddy says they are doing it in the middle of the night, and national news outlets are not reporting it. Say that again, Jazz. Let me say that again for Jazzy. They are doing it in the middle of the night, and the national news outlets are not reporting it. Your health care is about to be stripped away. Your Social Security is about to be stripped away. And people are walking around with their, I know, sorry to go there, but everyone's smoking weed and just hanging out on the corner and thinking life is just going to be okay. Wake up, America. Wake up. Wake up. Shirley says hospitals and nursing homes will be affected greatly. They say it's going to be a major strain on the whole healthcare system if this big, beautiful bill passed. And it did pass last night in the committee. Folks need to wake up. Folks need to wake up. Kimmy says, how would he think the fallout's going to help him or this country? Affects everyone because he don't plan to go anywhere. He can do what he wants to do because he does not plan to go anywhere. He does not plan to have an election. Wake up, people. Wake up. Right? Wake up, America. Is it how could he do this? Is he concerned about the party? No, they plan on being minority party, white rule in America. They're not planning to go anywhere. Elise says the head of CBS is leaving because of him. Exactly. That's the other subject. Is that's the other subject. I forgot what's her name, McMahon. I think it's McMahon. I think her name is, or Madden. I don't know her name. I forgot her name, but she had to resign. She had to resign. She said, so we are moving in two different paths. What corporate wants and what we do as journalists is we're not on the same page. And so she had to resign. So all the best journalists are leaving corporate America because they can't tell the truth when they want to tell the truth. Oh, we are in bad shape, y'all. I keep saying it, but people don't believe me. The head of CBS is leaving because of him. Yes, we got that one on. Jesse says, I was about to say, Sundown Town still exists. Exactly. There is a whole website showing you where they are. Look it up. Sundown towns in America. They haven't gone anywhere. They've been here since the 1800s, and they still exist. Bryson says they always evil. They're bad guys, and the real villains, they want to do the dirty work. Yes, he's going after Beyonce. He's going after Oprah. But this is all distractions, y'all. Kimmy Kim, it seems he intends to destroy the country, then bring it to what they think it should be. That will take a lot of time, no matter how it happens. However, a historian wrote this weekend on, I think it was on CNN or Zakari or one of the shows, and they said they have never seen. Oh, the woman, what's it? Applebaum. I think it was Applebaum. She's the one that wrote books on fascism and dictatorships and fascism. And this is her main subject. She's been studying this for decades. And she says it's what they've done in America is historic of dismantling our government in record timing. It's happening in a flash. And most Americans are still going about their regular day, not concerned, don't care. Next one. Okay, they got you saying her name wrong now. Exactly, right? They got me saying her name wrong. My brain flicked. I was like, I know I'm saying it's wrong. Jazzy says, speak, Elise, because the alarms didn't go off in those storms because Doge fired them. That's why all those people are allegedly dead. Whew. There's a lot in the news, right? But we're just having a conversation. We're all getting ready to go into our Motivation Monday. Jay said, what's getting me in this is going to affect everyone, rich and poor. It's going to affect everyone. However, if you're part of the 1%, it doesn't care. You don't care. This is what is bothering me. How are people not seeing that this literally doesn't help them in any way? Because their bigotry is greater than their reality. Lisa says, and he has immunity for all of this wrongdoings. Exactly. Lisa says, there needs to be TT post daily many times a day because fortunately, that's where people get their news. These dummies need to be educated. Okay, I'm all caught up now with you all. Chris Wallace had to leave Fox News for the same reason. He was a journalist and everyone else were cooks. Oh, this is where we are in America, y'all. And it is not looking good. It is not looking good. It is scary that this legislation could become a bill, which could become law. No health care, no Medicaid, no Medicare. What are Americans going to do? You gotta have no safety nets. No safety nets. What will Americans do? Oh, Lisa, education is the key, but they won't. They want to keep them uneducated. That's why. That's the first thing you do. And as Applebaum said, that they're using the playbook. The playbook that they pretty much used from America in the 1930s. You go after education. You go after the arts. You go after the artists, the creatives, the culture. You destroy it all. You destroy the truth. That's where we are, y'all. That's where we are. Lisa says, who's they? It has to be we. I don't have TT, but the leaders who do need to make an educational invasion. I agree with you, Lisa. Every politician should be on TikTok. They should all be on TikTok. That's where people live. That's where they get the information. That's next to Google. TikTok is a major search engine. People search on TikTok for almost everything. Okay, so there we are. There we have it. There we have it. So I wanted to share with you guys. So let's get here. Let me get this on the screen. And then we're off to photos of the week. There we go. Just wanted to share some of these photos from the category from Atlantic. And okay, so these are old. No, these are old. Okay, we already saw these. Okay, we're gonna go right into our Motivation Monday. Let's do that. Let's go into our Motivation Monday because we are have a short show again today. And again, for those that are just joining us, we will not be here on Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be taking a vacation starting on Wednesday, just a week, a little less than a week. So there'll be no Touch Base Daily on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. No Touch Base Daily Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I'll be back on for vacation come Tuesday after Memorial Day. So we're going on a Memorial Day hiatus to get this house broken down. I got to remove so much. So that's what's happening. And also Wednesday, I'm going to see Sinners. Finally got it on the calendar, finally got tickets. Yeah, what I didn't approve. No, Lisa said she didn't approve this. I knew you wouldn't approve. So I said, I'm taking this vacation, whether you approve it or not. This is my PTO. Oh gosh, Jazz says, Lisa Sealy, here's that thing. We live in echo chambers of thought. They aren't going to follow the leaders they don't agree with on TikTok. It starts in their schools, our churches, and communities. Anthony's laughing at Lisa. Everyone, Lisa is our community. Keeps us laughing. She really is. We love Lisa. We love Lisa. Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk it out. Today we are talking about, let's get down the screen. We are talking about how, is that as big as it's going to get? Hold on a second. It used to be, okay, I guess that is as big as it's going to get. Okay, so today, I used to be able to get the screen bigger. Hold on a second. Why is it not bigger? Oh, no, I want to be there still. Okay, hold on a second. What's going on here? Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. Okay, let's go back to the basic. What happened to my screen? Let's go back. And I'm trying to get the screen big enough so you guys can see, but it doesn't seem like it wants to get larger. I thought I was able to go larger before. Okay, maybe not. So here we go. If you have a big screen TV, you'll see it large. Okay, so how to prevent stagnation and perfectionism as a photographer. And this is going to go for your creativity as well. Motivation Monday, how to prevent stagnation and perfectionism as a photographer. Which, we're using this quote, this is our quote of the week. Which of my photographs is my favorite? The one I'm going to take tomorrow, says Imogen Cunningham's quote. She says, which of my photographs is my favorite? The one I'm going to take tomorrow. Embodies a philosophy of perpetual growth and creative ambition. It's a reminder that the best work is never behind you. Photographers, creatives, your best work is not behind you. It's always ahead, waiting to be discovered. This quote can serve as a guiding principle for our online community. It reinforces the idea that every photographer, regardless of experience, should approach their craft with curiosity and forward momentum. Each shot taken today is simply a stepping stone to something greater tomorrow. And when I was with my brothers hanging out here and we were going through all those photos, all of those photos that I started taking when I was in high school, never knowing that I would be a full-time photographer today. But every year we went through the photo albums. We went through 1980, 82, 83, because Ron was a nerd, so I labeled my folders, my albums. And then we went through the years of all the photos, and you see, as I get older and as I use my camera, I get better and better with taking pictures. So, what does that mean? You haven't taken your best picture yet of your life because you still have a whole life to live, right? As long as you have life, as long as you have the ability, as long as you have the energy, as long as you are gaining in knowledge, as long as you are educating yourself, as long as you are schooling yourself in how to be a better photographer or creative in the creative space, podcaster, every time you do something, you get better at it. You get better at it. I remember when I started with this YouTube channel, I was just totally oblivious, didn't know how it was going to work, couldn't figure it out, and now I do this all the time. Everything better is ahead of you. Everything better is ahead of you. Your past was your educational platform, right? Is our educational platforms, our past. So simply stepping stones to something greater tomorrow. This mindset combats stagnation and perfectionism. The belief that the best images has already been captured, or that one must wait for the perfect moment to create. Instead, Cunningham's perspective invites artists to embrace the journey and trust that there will always be new angles, new fresh light, and unseen stories to tell. Right? Think of all the stories in the world that have been shared on the screen. Like I'm going to see Sinners on Wednesday. Think about the movies before that. And now the movies we get to see today. I'm going to see it on IMAX. It's going to be beautiful. It's shot in 70 millimeter. It's going to be beautiful. Everything we do is a stepping stone to the next level. So don't feel like your world is coming to an end when things don't seem to work out. It's just a stepping stone. One of my buddies called me. We were talking on Saturday, leaving his job. He was apologizing. I said, no, no apology. You are transitioning your career. No problem with that. Get it done. Do your thing. No apologies. Get your career. Go after it. Everything you've ever done in the past is your stepping stone to get to the next level. Someone offered and gave me some ideas as they're like, Ron, you're making all these transitional changes. Would you work for a corporation to photograph? And I might know a job opportunity for you that you will be able to travel globally and take photos. I was like, oh, that sounds good. Didn't even see that coming. Who knows what's coming around the corner? Guys and gals, we have yet to live our best life. We keep going, we keep accelerating, we keep going forward, and we get better and better at what we're doing. So here we go. I want to say that last part again. This mindset combats stagnation and perfectionism. The belief that the best images has already been captured, or one must wait for the perfect moment to create. Instead, Cunningham perspective invites artists to embrace the journey and trust that there will always be something new, new angles, new fresh light, unseen stories to tell. So this week, here's your assignment. I'm giving you homework. This week, you could use this quote to spark conversation and inspiration. 1, what techniques will you experiment with tomorrow as a photographer, as a creative? How do you ensure you're constantly growing in your photography? My buddy challenges me. My buddy Ian challenges me. He said, did you get out in the street this morning? Did you get out in the street this morning? I was like, Ian, I'm not a morning person. But you need to get out in the streets because that's where some of the greatest photos are taken. Surround yourself with people that were going to encourage you, fan your flame. And then he says, then here's the last one. Here's another thought for the week. Is there a recent image that inspired a new idea for your next shot? I was going through the trunk this weekend, going through the trunk yesterday, and I saw some photos. I said, wow, I can't believe I took those photos. Oh my goodness, I took these photos. I got inspired by going back over those photos that are like 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40 years old. 40 years old. The photos are in my trunk. So it's not just about the images. It's about the ever unfolding creative process. Our photography community thrives on shared inspiration and collective momentum. And this quote is a perfect catalyst for that. How many times as photographers, we are inspired by other photographers? We go through their books. We buy books from other photographers that inspire us, that encourage us to pick up the camera today. There you have it. There you have it. I hope that inspires someone today. And like I said, this can be found in our Patreon page for all the Patreon members. That is there for you all. And yeah, that's it. Any little Q&A? Any questions? Any questions about this thought? Any questions about the thoughts here? Kimmy, I see has I'm not sure if that's for the IMAX or for this lesson. I'm gonna say 100%. Yes. There you have it. There you have it. Okay, guys. It's gonna be early. We're early. We're on time. We're getting back to 12 o'clock, especially for today and tomorrow. And then we'll linger more after. Kimmy says, thanks for the lesson. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community. And speaking of that, let me do my little let me do my pitch here. Join my email list today. News service updates, industry news, monthly trends. Be in the know. Be on the newsletter list. Okay, so go to ronlewisphotos.com and you will find that. Also, if you're looking for an event photographer, I am he. I am the person for that job. If you know anyone looking for corporate photos for the event or for personal events and gigs, let them know I exist and pass me on to them. Okay, and also a big thank you to our Patreon members. Your support helps us create amazing content. We appreciate you. Everyone that's in this community, we appreciate you. I appreciate you. And Cass says, I appreciate it. Jazz sends the roses. Jazzy says, always a great lesson. So guys, pick up your cameras. They're in the palm of your hand. And I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. My allergies are acting up. It has been a horrible weekend for allergies. And now I'm getting my attack. So I'm getting off. I am getting off, guys. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. And I will. Wait, I'm getting off. I forgot to go. I forgot. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me clear this up first. There we go. And I'm going to take this off the screen as well. I got too many windows open here. Too many windows open. And all these wonderful comments. Thank you, guys. Thank you again. And I will see you tomorrow. So tomorrow's our Tip Tuesday. And then after that, we are on vacation to after Memorial Day. Okay, guys. I will see you later. Hey, goodbye. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.